Number 16, the champion of discipline. Beginning, Ali was a promising young athlete known for his discipline. He trained every single morning, rain or shine, dreaming of representing his country in the national games. Middle, just weeks before the biggest competition of his life, he suffered a serious injury during practice. The doctors told him he might never run at the same level again, and for a while, disappointment crushed his spirit. But Ali refused to give up. He followed his treatment with the same discipline he gave to his training. He exercised carefully, ate sensibly, and trained his mind to stay positive. Slowly, painfully, his strength returned.
End. When the national games arrived, Ali stepped onto the track once more. He did not only win his race, he also helped a fallen rival to his feet, earning the crowd's greatest applause. The youth of his city looked up to him not just as a winner, but as a true sportsman. That is why the youth considered him a role model. Moral: discipline turns ordinary talent into extraordinary success.
Number 17, under the broken wall. Beginning, it was an ordinary morning when the ground beneath our feet suddenly began to shake. The earthquake lasted only a few seconds, but those seconds felt like an eternity. Middle, when the trembling stopped, we rushed out into the street. Dust hung in the air, and a part of an old boundary wall had collapsed near our house. Then we heard it. The faint crying of a child from beneath the rubble. A small boy had been trapped under the fallen bricks. People gathered quickly, their faces pale with worry. We knew we had to act carefully, for one wrong move could bring more debris down upon him. Calmly and patiently, the neighbors began to lift the bricks one by one, talking to the boy to keep him calm. Someone called the rescue service, while others cleared a path for help to reach the spot. And after a tense effort, the boy was finally pulled free, frightened but alive. His mother wept with joy and hugged everyone who had helped, and the rescue workers who arrived soon after praised the careful courage of the neighbors. That day proved that calm courage and unity can defeat even fear. Moral: in an emergency, quick yet careful action can save a precious life. Number 18. The girl who changed her village. Beginning, Zainab loved learning more than anything in the world, but in her small village, many girls were stopped from going to school, and their bright minds were left to fade away. Middle, it troubled Zainab deeply. She believed that an educated girl could lift an entire family out of darkness. Instead of complaining, she decided to act in a quiet, respectful way. She began holding small evening learning circles at her home, teaching reading and basic mathematics to the girls of her street. At first, some parents objected, but Zainab spoke to them gently, showing how education could bring honor and a better future. And one by one, hearts began to change. Encouraged by her example, the village elders finally agreed to open a proper girls' school. Years later, that school produced teachers and health workers who served their own community with pride. That is why the villagers considered her a role model. Moral: education is the surest path to lasting social change. Number 19. The lost wallet. Beginning, one afternoon, on my way home from college, I stopped at a busy market to buy a few books. The streets were crowded, and shoppers moved between the stalls. Middle, as I walked past a fruit stall, I noticed a brown wallet lying on the ground. I picked it up and opened it. Inside was a thick bundle of notes, far more money than I had ever held in my hands. For a moment, temptation whispered to me. I remembered the fees I had to pay and the books I needed. No one had seen me pick it up. I could simply walk away. My heart and my conscience began to argue, but the lessons of my parents and teachers spoke louder. I searched the wallet and found an identity card with an address. Instead of keeping the money, I went straight to find the owner, an elderly man waiting anxiously near the bus stop.
And when I handed him his wallet, his tired face lit up with relief and gratitude. He blessed me warmly and later informed my college, where my honesty was praised before the whole assembly. That day, honesty gave me a reward far greater than money. Moral: our true character is revealed in the moment of temptation.
Number 20. Into the flames. Beginning, Kamran was an ordinary young man who worked as a volunteer with a local rescue team in his city. He never sought attention. He simply wanted to be useful whenever people were in trouble.
Middle: late one evening, a fierce fire broke out in a crowded apartment building. Late one evening, a fierce fire broke out in a crowded apartment building. Flames climbed quickly, and screams filled the air as families ran out in panic, while smoke poured from the upper floors. When word came that an elderly woman was still trapped on the third floor, the others hesitated. Kamran did not. He wrapped a wet cloth around his face, climbed through the choking smoke, and found her unconscious near a window. Carrying her on his back, he made his way down through the burning staircase. And both of them reached the ground safely, just as the floor above collapsed. The crowd cheered, and the rescued family wept with gratitude. The city honored Kamran for his bravery, but he only smiled and said he had merely done his duty. That is why the nation considers him a role model. Moral: a brave heart thinks of others' safety before its own.